You ask your partner, "Who was that text from last night?" Or ask a colleague, "Have you finished that report?" Suddenly, they cross their arms. Cheap psychology books will tell you they are being defensive. But the truth is, you just missed one of the most classic signs of deception. Welcome to the dark side of behavioral psychology. What you are seeing is not a barricade, but nonverbal leakage. When a person fabricates a lie, the brain's CPU has to run at 100% capacity to construct the script. It is too busy to manage the body, leaving anxiety to leak out through the arms. Why crossed arms? The secret lies in a primitive survival mechanism: pacifying behavior. When faced with the risk of being exposed, the limbic system sounds the alarm. The body pumps full of adrenaline, heart rate spikes. The survival instinct forces them to seek safety. Crossing arms tightly creates physical pressure on the chest. It simulates a mother's hug from when they were babies, stimulating the vagus nerve to force the heart rate to slow down. They are not crossing their arms to push you away. They are giving themselves psychological first aid against a panic attack. However, to avoid becoming an amateur who judges randomly, you must look at a fatal detail: the fingers. If they cross their arms, but the hands are open, relaxed, thumbs pointing up, then they are simply comfortable or just have a tired back. But turn on your red alert radar if you see the second scenario. They cross their arms tightly, shoulders hunched, and fingers completely hidden, or gripping the opposite bicep so hard that the veins pop out. The pressure from those clinging fingers accurately reflects the level of deception roaring inside their brain. You've read them. So how do you force them to reveal their true colors? Don't stupidly interrogate, "Are you lying?" They will completely freeze. Instead, use a leverage tactic: pressure valve release. The moment you see that suspiciously tight arm cross, suddenly distract them with a harmless question. For example, "Oh, I forgot. Did you get stuck in traffic at the intersection on the way here?" If they are hiding the truth, you're changing the subject is like a pardon. Their brain rejoices. Keep your eyes glued to their body at this moment. Their entire shoulders will drop. The tightly crossed arms will immediately drop or noticeably loosen. They exhale thinking they have escaped. And here's the knockout blow. The exact moment their arms loosen, calmly pivot back to the original question. Back to what we were talking about. "Are you sure you didn't touch my computer?" If their arms immediately jerk, cross tightly once again, fingers gripping into their flesh. Bingo! The contradiction is exposed. You just stripped a lie bare in 3 seconds. But be careful. Any former FBI agent will warn you of an iron rule: never conclude deception based on a single sign. You need to look for a behavioral cluster. As soon as their arms tighten as a defensive reflex, immediately cast your eyes to observe their neck and feet. When the brain falls into a state of extreme panic, the neck area, housing the carotid artery and Adam's apple, humans' most vulnerable area, will feel itchy, stiff, or dry. They will unconsciously reach up to rub the back of their neck, lightly scratch their collar, or swallow repeatedly. At the same time, the tips of their feet will unconsciously point straight toward the main door. Their upper body is trying to blockade and put up a shield, but their feet are screaming a survival message: "Get me out of this suffocating conversation right now." If you see the cluster, arms tightly gripping flesh, plus neck rubbing, plus feet pointing to the door, congratulations, you are no longer guessing. You are facing a puppet losing control of its autonomic nervous system. The next mantra to strangle a lie is: use the brutal power of silence. Liars are utterly terrified of wordless voids. They always have a constant fear that if they stop talking, you will have time to think and discover the logical holes in their fabricated story. Therefore, after you deliver the checkmate move in the previous step, lock your eyes onto their power triangle, the area between their 2 eyes and forehead, and say absolutely nothing else. This dead silence and piercing gaze will amplify the cortisol levels in their brain to the maximum. To fill that terrifying silence, they will start giving lengthy explanations, stuttering, and voluntarily providing superfluous details that you hadn't even opened your mouth to ask about. The more they talk to cover up their panic, the deeper they dig their own grave. Your mission right now is incredibly simple. Just sit there, still as a seasoned hunter, and watch the prey struggle until the trap snaps shut. Behavioral psychology was not born to turn you into a paranoid person, always looking at life with scrutinizing eyes. It is a shield, an ultimate weapon to protect you from manipulation and the sweet lies of the outside world. Verbal justifications can be polished, but primal physical reflexes never know how to lie. The only question is, do you have enough stillness and patience to see those subtle leakages? Train this quiet vision. Peel back the truth to become sharper, more empathetic, and move forward 1% every day. You will never again be a victim of deception, but will always be the one holding complete control of the situation. Don't just listen with your ears. See through with your brain. See you at the next level of awareness.